I'll send.
Yeah.
So you're at the market.
Before, so I'm at the market and I heard I wasn't facing my daughter and I heard her say, "Oh, hello," Anise, which is my sister's name. And I turned around and I literally just took the few steps back towards them and just smiled and said hello.
And how
And then I,
was it? How long since you'd
sorry,
seen her? How long since you hadn't seen her?
I haven't really seen her in nearly 2 years.
Well,
I haven't had a conversation with her since 2 years.
mm,
Um, Usually I avoid her when I do see her. Like I see her at the supermarket, I'll go the other way because I just had fear. Um, but
what was
this
that
time it was
fear?
just, oh, the fear of being judged, the fear of
Mm,
not being good enough. My
mm,
whole history is that with my family. And um, and I've never wanted to give them a reason to keep trying to cause chaos for me behind the scenes.
mhm,
So being not visible was the easiest way to do
mm.
that. Because if they didn't know, then there was nothing they could sensationalize or anything. So I literally though turned around and I just walked up to her and I just smiled and said hello and how are you? And at no point did she ask me how I was doing, but I didn't actually think about that at the time because I just went, all I really thought was, I don't feel uncomfortable for the first time ever. I don't
Wow,
feel uncomfortable.
wow.
Um, I was just, I didn't feel like I needed to explain myself. I didn't feel like I needed to tell her everything that was going into my world to try and get her to like me or accept me or think that I was doing well. I actually didn't care whether she thought I was or wasn't. And I just listened to her and asked her how she was doing. And and life is chaotic and whatever else. I just went, oh, and I just was there in the moment. And I had like no fear, no judgment, no of myself, let alone
Mm.
anyone else in the situation. I just not even an anxiety, not a feel, not anything. And I just sort of stood there and really just looked at her and what she was saying and just when it just this moment is what it is. It doesn't actually mean anything. It's just a
Beautiful.
conversation. And it was the most magic thing in the world
Yes.
because I literally was neutral. My life was neutral in that moment. And I just went, it didn't have to mean anything. And what comes after that when she leaves and who she doesn't even like, it's not even a whatever. Like, I have no comment, no feeling, no nothing towards that.
Beautiful.
And I haven't felt that with my family ever, ever in 41 years, ever.
You just give me chills.
Mm. It was the coolest thing ever because I haven't had anything to do with really any of my family for over 2 years. Any of them, not one. My
Mm.
mum is the only one. She lives near me. Um, and the boundaries I put around them were like, you know, 1 kilometre thick cement walls that went 10 kilometres into the air. Um, and I've just realised I don't need them anymore because it
So,
doesn't mean anything anymore.
so how did you take that 1 kilometer cement wall down? What shifted in you?
When I found my superpower and that was me,
Mm. So,
that's when I realised
so
that. nobody else's opinion of me or their need for control or their need for me to be something for them mattered anymore. And yeah. It was super cool, Stu. It was absolutely super cool. And now that I'm saying this to you, I actually am realizing actually how super cool that is. In the moment, I didn't really realize how super cool that is, but right now I do realize how super cool that is. Yeah, yeah, and I suppose from that, I've just gone, oh, just being you is super cool, and if people don't like it, that's okay.
And so, what's the from just that? I know there's the family dynamics going on there. However, what from your personal space, what else has that come, or what else
Oh,
come from that?
100 million things, and one of those is that my business is going to be bigger than I've ever imagined it to be because I'm the one doing it, and that there isn't a start and a finish, and there's never going to be a time where I'm at right now is going to connect with whoever it needs to connect with now, and where I'm at in 6 months' time is going to connect with the people that are there in 6 months' time. There is no destination, so just
only a journey.
do now as you now, because the people you need to connect that with are going to be there where you're at now. Because what you have done is sensational, and stop hiding that from people.
I love that. I love that.
So it's opened up, that one conversation has opened up truckloads of stuff for me on every front. Because I'm realizing the fear that I had of myself is gone. Actually, not gone, it's gone. Yeah. And that's a cool place to be at, because I can be totally honest with myself and say I didn't think I'd ever get there.
Wow.
But now I know I am. And I think in the last month, it's just been showing me my world has been giving me evidence. I suppose I set a task myself about a month ago to find the evidence to support the fact that you have made amazing change, Tam. And I've just been given it endlessly in the last month.
What you put out there seeks you.
Yeah, exactly. And so the evidence I've been trying to get from other people, which is literally where I was looking
external
for it.
And not internal.
Yeah. Wasn't doing it what I wanted it to do, because yes, I was trying to control that.
Because you're trying to control that, or it's based on other people's opinions or
perceptions.
Perception of you. For that is actually their perception. So it's
exactly.
And it's their way of thinking and their way of believing, and whatever they think about you is irrelevant, because that's what they think about you, not what you think about yourself.
Yeah.
And it's when internal work and when we have that internal shift within inside ourselves, the whole world shifts.
Yeah. Yep. And it's just, as I said, the evidence has been giving more and more and more to me. In no other thing than the way I am in situations that I probably just haven't been present in before, to actually realize that that's how far I've come on certain things. So it's been super cool. It's
so
been
exciting.
Super cool.
I can't wait. Yeah, what you're gonna do next?
The next thing, and I can tell you now, actually, another part that actually started this, looking into this and trying to understand it more, was your comment to me on my first webinar or masterclass. Because first of all, people in my world have always just criticized everything I've done. And they don't do it in a constructive way. It's always been to keep me in a certain place. So to hear criticism to me has always been it's just like, to the point where some of your voice things I didn't even listen to for ages because I was too scared about what was going to be on it. And then when I listened to it, and
I've noticed
the one
that.
thing, yeah, that's why, because I was getting fear of what was being said on that and what my reaction to that would be. And so I just wouldn't do it. And then in one of them you said, you just need to get more out of your head and into your heart. And I went, that there hit the nail completely on the head. So since that masterclass, I went to understand what that meant for me. Yeah. And it's just changed my world. So thank you.
So welcome. So welcome.
I really appreciate it. It's been amazing getting to know you. And it has put so much brilliant stuff in my life. And I just thank you very much for that.
Thanks. And you're welcome.
I really, really do.